Fact-finding reports on the Bhatta Parsol incident in Greater Noida have come to widely differing conclusions over the extent of police atrocities, raising more questions than answers.
The kind of brutal police repression in that area has to be taken up and acted upon seriously. And we feel that this is totally unacceptable. And the second point is we wanted to place it in the context of the larger land acquisition issue. The women said that for 3 days after that firing took place, they had been totally traumatized because the police were coming into the village. They were entering into even locked houses by breaking open the door, jumping in through windows. They were looting things from inside the houses. We saw evidence of things that had been broken, particularly vehicles. All the vehicles that we saw were smashed, and goods that were inside the house had been broken. Beds had been damaged, so we saw all that. And the women themselves, we saw quite a few women who had been beaten up. There was one woman who showed how she had been injured, and the lathi had been aimed at her private parts. There was another woman who said she'd been beaten up and on the back and below also. Well, they did not say that they had been raped, but they said that they had not been raped, but they had heard that something of this kind had occurred elsewhere. See, they had said that there were two women who had still not returned to the village. One of them was accounted for because somebody knew where she was, but there was another woman who was unaccounted for. This kind of police brutality cannot be tolerated.
Vasu is joining us on the phone line for more details. Vasu, the National Commission for Women completely differing with what the All India Democratic Women's Association has now found.
Well, but on the other hand, what really needs to be seen is that broadly both these organizations are saying the same thing, that there was police high-handedness in Bhatta Parsol, that women were beaten up, that there were atrocities committed on women, and that the women there are in a state of extreme trauma. The NCW said that yesterday. They also pointed out that the women in many cases were even reluctant to talk to them. So while the broad basis of both these reports is the same, what they do differ on is perhaps the extent to which these atrocities have been described. The NCW, of course, has said that there are allegations of rape and molestation against the UP police, but the All India Democratic Women's Association stopping short of that. There perhaps is the only differing point, but broadly, both of them are saying that atrocities were committed and these atrocities need to be investigated. Back to you.